All right, gang. Welcome to Strangeville. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kevin Strange. I'm a 20-year veteran of underground entertainment. I'm a cartoonist, novelist, and independent filmmaker, and I am here today to share my love of comic books with you. Today, we're going to take a look at the controversial Trump's Space Force from Chuck Dixon, Tim Lim, and Bret R. Smith. But first, we are marching towards that big 1,000 subscribers here on the channel, gang. And most people that view these videos are not subscribers. So hit that subscribe button, like the video. Once we hit that 1,000 subscribers, I am going to give away a digital PDF copy of Kevin Strange's Space Worms, my seminal splatterpunk underground outlaw comic book. The story of Ethan and Preston, two virgin stoner losers who are invited for the first time ever to a high school party. And, you know, they're just there trying to get laid. But of course, this meteorite full of brain-eating space worms crash lands at the party, and Preston and Ethan are ducking and dodging as people get their brains eaten and turned into worm-controlled zombie monsters, and there's all kinds of weirdness going on. I'm going to put that up for free on my Patreon page. There's a link to my Patreon in the description below. For only $3 a month, you get access to all of my comic books, all of my novels, and all of my feature films. But Space Worms will be free for 1 month. You'll be able to download the beautiful, high-quality digital PDF of Space Worms once we hit that big 1,000 subscribers. So subscribe, tell your friends to subscribe, tell your grandma to subscribe, tell your hot neighbor girl you're too scared to talk to subscribe. That you can use that as an in, gang. You could be like, hey, man, you look like you like Space Worms. I got this dude on YouTube I watch. You should watch him too. That's a great pickup line. We're here today to talk about the legendary Chuck Dixon's Trump's Space Force. This was a crowd-funded comic book in the heady days of the 2016 presidential election and its fallout in the couple of years following. Trump announced a Space Force military program that got everybody in their feelings, got the Dan Slotts, got the Eric Larsons, got the Stephen Kings, got the Donnie Cateses of the world all up in their feelings. And Chuck Dixon, Tim Lim, and Bret R. Smith, the team behind Cayman American, the popular American manga, they put together a send-up to the outrageous Donald Trump and all of his shenanigans. And they send him to space, gang. They send him to space to fight aliens, and it's glorious. It's such a fun little book, expertly crafted by Tim Lim. You know, those days were crazy. They sort of split the entire nation, almost the entire Western world in half. People went absolutely crazy and got what is known today as Trump derangement syndrome. I was on a Facebook group today, an indie comics Facebook group today, and this guy posted that his biggest regret in life is that he never got to meet Eric Larson, and it said is like the past tense. And I put a comment like, "Is he dead?" And he tagged him in the post, and so I went and looked at Eric Larson's Facebook page, and it's just today, yesterday, the day before yesterday, the week before yesterday, the month before yesterday, the year before yesterday. It's all Trump fucking derangement syndrome. Like, I don't give a fuck if you like this guy or not. Making your entire personality when you are one of the most successful independent comic book creators in the Western world, making your entire personality spazzing and spurging out about this dude, is fucking lame. It is the height of just bogus. It's just not, there's nothing cool about it, man. I don't know if they think like if these guys like Stephen King and Eric Larson and Dan Slott, if these guys, I don't know if they have like really heavy skeletons in their closet, like if they got exposed for, you know, drinking adrenochrome straight from the tap of little Mexican kids, that, you know, they're afraid of being exposed for partaking in insane satanic rituals, so they overcompensate by being like, yeah, we're gonna get that Trump guy every single hour of every single day. It's just uncanny how many working professionals in the arts and entertainment cannot go 5 minutes without dissing this dude. Like, who gives a fuck? The guy was president for 4 years and didn't fucking, you know, round up the illegals, or he didn't ban the gays. He didn't enslave the women. He didn't do any of the things that he was accused of doing. That people said, you know, the hyperbole around his leadership. None of that happened. He was a average president at best. He was pretty mediocre. His final year in office was a complete travesty in terms of handling the COVID-19 pandemic. He fumbled the bag, as the kids say, in terms of COVID. I'm real lukewarm on him, and he's even more milquetoast going into the 2024 presidential election. So, I mean, there's no reason. I guess what I'm trying to say, gang, is there's no reason to get so fucking upset about this guy. He's just a dude. He ain't even that good at doing what he says he's gonna do. So just like relax. And 2016 was, you know, I credit, you know, Facebook around 2012, around the Trayvon Martin incident and Barack Obama's speech following, as being like the beginning of internet slacktivism, where everyone had to pick a side and then act like everything is way more important to them than anything actually is. You know, we're all just struggling, trying to get by, trying to make our way through this world, gang, and struggling, trying to get them bills paid, trying to get them kids fed. And none of this is as important as people try to pretend it is on the internet. And I think those people that are the loudest about it have the most to hide. Anyway, let's get into it. Trump's Space Force, written by Chuck Dixon, legendary Chuck Dixon of The Punisher fame, fantastic writer, completely, you know, blacklisted by the comics industry for having the audacity to be a conservative. We don't care in Strangeville, gang. In Strangeville, you can be a conservative, you can be a liberal, you can be a friggin' Aboriginal, you know, voodoo priest, for all we care. Art and letters by Timothy Lim, fantastic cartoonist who has this really interesting, like, American manga style. Colors by Bret R. Smith. He's fantastic here on the colors. Big compliment to Tim's manga style. An additional script by Mark Pellegrini. So let's get into it. Space isn't just a domain. It's a war-fighting domain, just like the land, air, and sea. We have the Air Force. We'll have the Space Force, is what Trump says here on page 1, June 18th, 2018. What's this idiot on about now? A Space Force? Trump's been watching the Sci-Fi Channel. And we got is that a picture of Hillary Clinton on the wall? We got Chuck Schumer here. We got Nancy Pelosi. We got all of the heavy hitters are going to make appearances. We got Melania Trump. We've got Nancy Pelosi turning into an alien monster here, and some pundits on television as well being led off into into a van here and interrogated. We have all kinds of we have Newt Gingrich. We have there's so many is that Scott Adams? There's so many cameos in the book. It's hard to keep up, with who's who. In the book. But you know what it reminds me of? Let's see. What else is going on here? This reminds me of my favorite song from the era. We'll read through a little bit more of this, but let's sing a song together, gang. I love this. This song encapsulates the entire 2016, 17, 18 Trump derangement sort of zeitgeist around America and the Western world, and it's the Alex Jones folk song. Let's sing along, gang. Here it comes.
That's why we're just out here doing simple things, pointing out that we're meant to be in nature and be natural.
While we flip through the book.
Source that God made to transcend the New World Order. That's why they want to try to keep us out of it.
Sing it with me, gang. I've had enough of these people. Bunch of Christian murdering scum. Babies alive and selling their body parts. Oh, do you want these people?
Literally crawl out from under rocks. They have green looking skin and they run around screaming, "We look Satan, we want it, baby." I have them on video. Hillary's in the ring with 6 shirt man. She sleeps in the same room with
that creepy weirdo woman.
whose mother wears a hood over her head.
What the hell?
That woman number one
Is ugly.
Imagine
How bad she smells, man.
I told her and Obama just speak.
Obama and Hillary both smell like sulfur. Vampire pot-bellied goblins.
Hobbling round on the afterwards. My spirit gets close to that evil and I feel it go.
Ah! Ah! Ah!
We're such self-centered trap. We don't even notice that it's out rising up against us. Millions of pardoned people of the
Very worst kind.
And I'm so pissed. We're gonna stare your daughter at the mall.
Oh, oh, oh!
We're gonna stare your wife,
Your son.
We're gonna stab you with a butcher knife, and then the Christian is gonna say,
We love our Somalis.
we love our Muslims.
Oh, they're so good. Oh, they're so sweet. Love it. Love it. Let's read a little bit more of Trump's Space Force here. God, do you believe this, Senator? You have to let us write your response. Your response. I mean, this gaffe is a keeper. We are monitoring out-of-date space regulations. They're way out of date. We don't have time for this crap. You adults have more important things to do. Well, we do need to workshop some more pronouns. Okay, if you say so, Zer. Huh. And then he hits this little button here. And his alien warlord saying, we have a problem. I hope you have a good reason for making contact, Schumer. And his name is Trump. You know, Melania, that Abe is an okay guy. I think we can do business. Japan, is it Abe? Yeah, Abe. Japan wants the same thing we want. We get each other. I like his wife. A class act, both of them. It's pronounced Abe, by the way. Not when we're speaking English, it isn't. Bzzzt. Whoa, what's going on here? I am Onan from the Celestial Peacekeeping Astral Coalition. God Emperor Trump, I reach out to you from the stars as leader of your planet. MSNBC might disagree with you, but they're fake news, so it's okay. I come with a warning. Your world is in grave danger. Mr. President, drop to the floor. Blam, blam. Violence is not necessary. I come as a friend. I want to help your world. Clink, clink. It's okay, guys. This alien's illegal, but he's just visiting. He came to talk, am I right? Unfortunately, yes. Our planets are far distant from yours. This means of travel is limited. We cannot reach your planet in time to help you. Help with what? The Seinen, a species bent on destruction. They've targeted your planet and its resources. That's these little goobers down here. These little killer Attack of the Killer Tomatoes looking mothers down here, and then this is he's some sort of like a bird creature, like a blue bird creature. Reminds me of the Zinch from Warhammer 40K. There's a nerdy reference for you, gang. I mentioned a Space Force in a speech today, but we don't have anything like that yet. The data in this hard light drive will provide you with the technology you need. Weapons faster than light travel, quantum computing. The instructions will be clear to the scientific minds of your world. Amazing. Act quickly, friend. Death comes to you from the stars. And then here's Trump with, I guess, the scientists. Nice work, fellas. Great work. Now get a hold of General Kelly and Mad Dog for me. Chop, chop. What? What was that? A giant space eagle. Now get chopping. Wow, this is a hell of a thing, huh? Donald? Who are you talking to? We get a Nancy Pelosi speech over here. Mr. Chairman, I stand with my fellow Democrats to oppose funding for this ridiculous Space Force. This man is delusional. He wants to spend billions that would be better used for schools and roads. Cool. Is that Chuck Dixon? I think that's a Chuck Dixon cameo. Tell me if I'm wrong about that in the comments, gang. I mean, I think you guys are going to light me up in the comments for even reviewing this comic, but I think this comic is hilarious. And I do comics from the crazy people, the crazy leftoids all the time. I do shows on, on Donnie Cates, and I do shows on Dan Slott. I do shows on Eric Larson. This is a no judgment zone. Strangeville is a no judgment zone, gang. We do comics from all spectrums and all ideologies, and I'm sorry if that triggers some of you. I hope it doesn't. I hope the diggers here on the channel are open-minded enough to know when a fun comic is a fun comic, regardless of the social media outrage of the moment. This man is delusional. He wants to spend billions that would be better used for schools and roads and chase after some childish fantasy about invaders from Mars. Who does he think he is? Luke Lightyear? Flash Rogers? Instead of looking at the stars, and then this device exposes her for what she really is. We need to seek impeachment. Race. What is that? Run. Unbelievable. Pelosi alienates constituents there at the bottom. That's funny. Trump says, there could be thousands of these things among us. Possibly millions. Is this supposed to be Mike Pence? Or is that supposed to be Newt Gingrich? I can't tell. Oh, here's Alex Jones. Here's the Alex Jones cameo. This puts her re-election in doubt. I'm not so sure of that. Give me the green light, Mr. President. We'll mount that gizmo on a bird and crisscross the country until every one of those calamari bastards shows its nasty face. Is there something in my teeth? I told you. It's in the water. I warned you about the frogs, Alex Jones says. And what will you do? What will you be doing with the Sinin in custody? They'll be well cared for until we decide their legal status. Where, Mr. President? President Trump discusses detainment of hostile aliens. There's plenty of room in Gitmo. He'll be held there and interrogated. We're already learning a lot about them. Look at him wiggle. This airboarding idea just might work. And it goes on, gang. This is my exo specialist Adams. You must be the best. If Seb here picked you, understanding the enemy and winning is what I'm good at. Winning. I like the sound of that. Never get sick of it. And I'm guessing that these are the new recruits? Yes, sir. Real winners right here. And I'm guessing these are all cameos, but I don't remember who any of these people are. Right-wing YouTube grifters, I'm guessing. Yeah, this is a fun one. I love the art. I love Tim Lim's style. I love the humor. Chuck Dixon really nails it. Really nails the absurdity of the of everything around Donald Trump. So yeah, diggers, you ought to check this out. Pick this up. I think I've actually seen this in dollar bins. To be honest with you, I think I've actually seen this floating around. So remember, once we hit 1,000 subscribers, oh Lord, cord's getting in the way. We are releasing Trump's Space Worms. We're releasing Kevin Strange's Space Worms for free. The 164-page full-color graphic novel, all the art, color, lettering, writing, pencils. I live in the hood, gang. That's why you're hearing sirens. I live in the ghetto, and there's lots of shenanigans that take place. Lots of pets being eaten in the hood. But yeah, we're gonna drop this for free for a month when we hit 1,000 subscribers on my Patreon. You can subscribe to the Patreon for $3 a month below. Get access to all of my comics, novels, and feature films. And consider becoming a member of the channel for only $2.99 a month here on YouTube. That gets you access to all of our future videos, weeks, sometimes months in advance of the general public. And I hope I see you at the dollar bin, gang. And remember to keep on digging.